I just found rabbit poop on the carpet. Let me show you. I'm very sensitive to loud noises and bangs, and that has a lot to do with my childhood PTSD. $1 or $2 at most. And hello cookies, it's Siri, I am back. You're probably wondering why I'm sitting on the floor with some candles turned on, some baby food that was not on screen, but now you see that I have baby food. It's actually a snack, I really like it. It's because I have a confession. I have been cheating on you, cookies. This is so difficult for me, so you have to have some patience and give me some grace. I have been eating more chips than cookies lately. Way more. That is my confession. We've had this channel for 11 years together. You know, we all humans. We all make mistakes. Okay, enough of this YouTuber sitting on the floor situation. I am sitting here because this is my heater and it's not working. Therefore, the beanie and being fully clothed because I have been freezing ever since I moved into this room. At first I thought that it was because I tend to freeze anyway, but then I have felt a weird draft and I have been sick twice here, including with a lot of fever once, and both times I was sick for almost 10 days in very short time. I mean, in 6 weeks I was sick for something like 20 days, which is not okay. So almost half of the time I was sick. It's because it's super cold in this room, and I noticed that it's much warmer in the kitchen, but this is not working, which I reported to my landlord, my freaking shady landlord, and he has been very nonchalant about it, and that's why I'm fully clothed, because there is actually a cold draft coming out of it here. And so there's cold air. And this is one of the many things that I'm going to show you in this video today, why this place is freaking sucky. And I'm holding on for the sake of my internship so that I can have a better life for myself and my dog. But seriously, this place is so sucky. And because we're not just going to complain about things, I'm going to show you what I have tried to do in here to make it more livable and nicer. So let us go back in time. This is the original layout. So the bed is here, and then the couch, working area here. And the problem is that if you're on the bed, you directly see the door when you're in the bed. Thank you so much. There is the entrance door. So it's like really not good vibes and it doesn't feel nice. This is actually not a real door, as in it's a divider of some sort, and this is just glued. So basically when someone is in the hallway or in the bathroom, then it lights up in the whole room, which is really uncomfortable. I just found what might look like rabbit poop on the carpet. Let me show you. We have rearranged now, and I'm going to ask to have the discussing carpet taken away. And I know it's a bit odd that the pillow is facing the wall, but because this here is leading to the kitchen, this round window lights up if someone is in the kitchen and it's super bright. And then same here for this door, and when someone is in the corridor it lights up, and it woke me up last night at 3 a.m. Sebastian just left 5 minutes ago. It's going to be rough because I'm not sure if you could hear that or not, but the upstairs neighbors' kids are loud all the time. And of course now it's daytime, so they're loud, and it's Sunday, I do understand. But it will be very hard to relax when there's constant like boom, 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 trampoline and tramping and elephant noises. I'm very sensitive to loud noises and bangs, and that has a lot to do with my childhood PTSD, and it's something that I have not managed to fix yet because of money mostly. I need to go like to long therapy, and in Sweden it's a lot of waiting times and it's very hard unless you pay privately. The only people I know that manage to get therapy constantly paid privately, so I will do that once I have a full-time job. Those like kind of banging noises that are a bit muffled but vibrate really trigger a lot of anxiety, because my father used to bang doors and cabinets and make a lot of noises when he was drunk. I grew up being a light sleeper and I cannot shake that off, so this is kind of constant. Last night at midnight it was also banging quite a lot. Then I had a flatmate who was noisy at 3 a.m. and like was lighting up everything. So I woke up as well, and I have a very hard time falling back asleep. And Sebastian was here last night and he knows that it's not super nice for me, so he was patting my head to make me fall back asleep, trying to comfort me because he knows that I get upset with those things. Now I'm waiting for the landlord to come because I cannot lock the door of my bedroom and I would like to be able to lock it. I have cleaned the bathroom as you saw, but it smells so much like pee all the time. I have no idea why. I cleaned the floor, the walls, everything. I don't know, it smells like pee, but I'm not gonna bring it up now. And the carpet has a used tobacco snooze that was in someone's mouth. So yeah, this will not be a fun 6 months. I just hope that my home life here at this apartment will not affect my performance at work too much, because I'm here for my internship so I can finish my degree, have this really good experience. Oh. Wait, I just need to figure out how to open the door. That was the landlord. He just showed up because of the key situation. So he said that it will be fixed maybe by next weekend. My nose is probably super dirty there because I've been sniffing like in front of the landlord, and he was really noticing, I think, that I was upset. I don't like when people see me upset, to be fair. I mean, I did not cry in front of him. I don't do that in front of people, but I was talking to you, Cookies, when he showed up.
Hello Cookies, it's Siri. I am back. Today is Monday. It's been a week since I started work, and it's been a week since you last saw me. My flatmates are gone. They've been gone since Saturday. So I've had the place for myself the whole weekend, and today it's been really relaxing. I just threw the trash. I've already thrown the trash twice and I've only been here a bit more than a week. So that's that. I also got sick on Thursday, and Friday it was super bad. I had so much fever. I haven't had that much fever in almost a decade, and you can hear in my voice that I'm still not okay. So I worked from home Friday, but in the afternoon I was just in bed, sweating and shivering and feeling terrible. And I tried to use Saturday and Sunday to feel better. I'm still trying to figure out where I can get good lighting in this room. So this will have to do for now, cookies. Oh, it feels nice to be in my pajamas. I just don't feel comfortable having outside clothes indoors. This is the disgusting sofa that you saw in the previous video. I got this yellow blanket and then this green one here. This place is freaking lousy compared to my place in Leipzig. It is what it is. Sweden is one of the few countries where you do not have to pay your interns. In France you have to, in Germany you have to, in Switzerland you have to, but in Sweden it's allowed. Even if you take a 6 months internship like I am doing, even if you were to take a year, they would still have no obligations to pay you. If they did, it would be out of their good hearts. It's so crazy because more than a decade ago when I did my internships in Singapore, they were always paid, and that was in 2011 and 2012. And to think that in Sweden in 2024 internships are still kind of free labor because none of my classmates are being paid, and when you Google it's very clear that they have never updated the laws. So in Sweden you don't get paid for internships, but this is my dream internship and my colleagues have really been super nice. I'm so freaking aggravated, cookies, because one of the people that I live with thinks that the other guy and I are just his freaking maids, and he never does anything here. Even when I explicitly ask, you're freaking 24, and okay, he's an only child, but he really acts like the freaking stereotype of an only child. So let me show you. This has been here, I think, since yesterday morning, because I ran the machine here and I've been so busy I haven't had time to empty it. So in the morning it was already done, but he could not bother, so he puts all of his things here and they stay here. Here, the trash, I'm the one who just emptied it, and then he could not even bother putting the plastic there in the middle where it belongs, and he just put it here, and he never does anything. This thing, it's the tablets for the machine, it's the other guy that bought it, and then I'm the one who bought the bags. So basically the third guy, he thinks that we're his freaking maids and that he doesn't have to clean after himself, he doesn't have to buy anything, and he always goes, I'll do it this afternoon, I'll do it later today, I will do it whenever. And I'm just so freaking aggravated, and even all of my colleagues know about this situation because they ask what is happening at home. And I'm just like, yeah, one of the guys is cleaning and he's super nice and he's tidying and buying stuff that we commonly use. The other one thinks that we're just his freaking maids. He's lazy, unreliable, dirty, and I'm just so freaking tired of it. I haven't said anything because it's been 2.5 weeks since I've been here, but I think it's super unacceptable behavior, and I'm just so aggravated because I don't want to come home to work and having to do everything or waiting for the other nice guy to do everything, and then one is just going to be like, I'm so busy, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it later, yeah, I'll do it. I'm trying to heat up some breakfast before doing some stretching, and it smells so much like pee in the whole kitchen. I'm not entirely sure, but it's like super disgusting, and I don't understand why it smells like pee. And it only happens after one of the guys has gone to the shower, because I heard him in the shower now. And I'm just like, are you peeing everywhere? Like, what is happening? Why is it always so stinky after you've been there? Because now the whole kitchen smells so much like pee. I don't know. We do not have a washing machine here at the dwelling. Instead, we are sharing one common washing area with the whole block. You have to book a time slot in advance, and of course, the times that are at normal times are always fully booked a week or 2 weeks in advance. All of my neighbors use really strong detergent and bleach and the worst fabric softener. I am allergic to that stuff,
stuff, and I have been working now for 3 months with dangerous chemicals, and I can tell you, you do not want strong detergent, strong bleach and strong fabric softener anywhere near your skin. That stuff goes into your skin and it is not good. It is bad stuff for your health, for the environment, and for water and for marine animals. It's just nasty. And I am super allergic to it. And even though I do run a rinsing and spinning short cycle before I do my own laundry, which eats up at my own time because I have a given time slot, everything still smells like all those nasty things. And I have tried to rinse my clothes and my bed sheets after, so basically rinsing before and after, and they still smell super strongly. And it's not nice to sleep in bed sheets that reek of fabric softener when you're allergic to that stuff and when you know that they can give you cancer and mutations. All of the neighbors, or most of them that use the common washing area, are such douchebags. There was this nasty old lady who stole some of my time. I was waiting for her to take her clothes out of the machines and out of the dryer so I could do my cycles. And she was trying to teach me to remove people's stuff out. She was like, yeah, just remove my stuff like I do with everyone else. If you need the machines, just use them. Don't mind other people's belongings. And I told her I was not raised touching people's belongings. I don't do that. I don't like that. I think it's rude and uncivic. And she was looking at me with those dead fish eyes. She could not understand that it is not okay to touch people's things. And she said, who cares anyway? I don't care about other people's things and you should not care either. And that lady looked like she was in her 60s or 70s. And I thought, you would think that elders would be much wiser and better people, but obviously not. Here you have this nice passive-aggressive note that someone left. It's probably not aimed towards me because it looks like it had been there for a long time. It's probably aimed towards everyone. Another day, another douchebag. I just got back home, cookies. I forgot to show you this morning what happened. This was turned off yesterday. So basically it was like super cold. And I have said many times to not make it super cold because if the windows are open or if this is turned off, it's super cold in my room. But I guess there is not enough IQ in the damn brain to understand that. I'm always the one running this. And I'm actually the one who's like actually working and doing things. This, I put this in, I empty it. And then these things have been there since forever. How freaking lazy and stupid do you have to be? I'm not a freaking maid here. I'm just so tired. It's like, how old are you? Are you stupid? Do you have the IQ of an oyster? Like, I really live with two douchebags. And now we're back in January. Last Saturday, a new guy moved in and he is editing Erie here. Much better. Editing Erie here. I froze this frame because I was going on a tangent for 7 minutes about how freaking weird he was. It was mostly first impressions. They were very negative because back then I thought he had 0 social skills and 0 emotional intelligence. And I am correct. Now it's been 3 months I have lived with the guy and I will just give you a list that I wrote very quickly now, but I probably forgot at least 12 other things. He does not respect our kitchen schedules and always shows up when I am using the kitchen. He hovers around, demands space on the stove, and complains about a lot of random things. He starts spraying strong chemicals to clean the stove while my food is still cooking or cooling. I told him I'm not really a big fan of that, and he says, "But I don't spray in your food." Yeah, well, my food tastes like freaking carcinogens. That spray is like a fine spray. If you spray close to my food, of course, the particles will still fly in my freaking food. That's not rocket science. He keeps my bathroom door, and I am the only one who's using my bathroom, closed, even though it's in our contract to leave it open because it smells in there. So the landlord wants us to always leave our bathroom doors open, but he always closes mine, and I've told him repeatedly not to do that. He buys stuff for common use without asking us and expects us to pay him afterwards, and it's really pathetic sums, like $1 or $2 at most. And I have bought a lot of common things whenever I've lived with flatmates, like trash bags, cleaning products, and so on, and I'm not petty or small or stingy enough to demand $1 or $2 from anyone. It's just really pathetic, you know, to argue about like $1 or $2. Like, I always pay him, of course, because I'm like, ugh, whatever. He has both this closed off negative facial expressions, or the way he loves talking bad about things and about people, this negative vibe, look, cloud around him. It's just so, it just sucks the light out of the room as soon as he enters. I think we're super opposite with that kind of vibe. It bothers me that the plastic waste that we have always ends up wrong. And then when I tell him, you know, clearly this bread plastic, so the plastic where his bread was in, is clearly plastic. Even a 4-year-old would know that this is plastic, and then he does this fake blank expression of
I didn't know.
and you know, it's so obvious that he knew, but he just wants to piss me off, or he just wants to be rebellious. There's way more cookies, but imagine I have to deal with that day in and day out. There was a day, I think 2 weeks ago, where I had a really, really great start of the day, and I was in such a good mood. And so I was telling my colleague as I arrived, oh, I'm in a great mood today. And then he said, oh, is that any different from the other days? He meant it really just casually, and it made me so happy that my colleagues see me as someone who's jolly and happy, because there has been days where I have not been jolly and happy, but I think in general, my normal mood is usually jolly, and then sometimes I get extra jolly. But this guy, as soon as I get here, I always get so freaking grumpy, cookies, because he stresses the freak out of me. Okay, now this is already more than 5 minutes. Clearly, I have a lot to say about this situation here, but let's get back to the main video. I am a member of this association, how do you call it, union, called Hyresgästföreningen. I am paying for that. They can try to negotiate for me, and that is a tip that I would like to give all of you that move to Sweden and that rent. Do not think that just because the person seems friendly or nice, or it's a nice grandma, it's a nice grandpa, it's a nice person, it's a doctor, it's this and that, they can still be freaking shady. And there are so many people on Reddit who have issues where they send their issues to our debt collectors. So it's a stately company called Kronofogden, but Kronofogden takes years to treat your case, and you will lose your deposit, you will lose your money, you will lose your sanity, you will lose your health if you have mold and stuff. So go with Hyresgästföreningen. I am not sponsored by them, I am paying full price, but they will negotiate for you if your landlord is being shady. I will see you cookies very, very soon. I was about to say Merry 2025. Bye, cookies.